Mom just called me to say that someone spotted Terence having a meal at Saffron Restaurant. She's heading over with Aunt Florence and wants us to come along to catch the swindler too, Julie told Dahlia. Terence Stone? How dare that cheat show his face in public again? Dahlia was furious. He had nearly made her family go bankrupt because of the issue with the abandoned building. In the end, it was Dustin who took one for the family and bought it over. Hence, she had nothing good to say about Terence. Stop being idle, Dustin. Go, get a car. We need to make Terence give back all the money he ripped us off, Julie said resentfully. I've bought over the abandoned building, so neither of you made any losses. Why are you both so worked up? Dustin couldn't comprehend their anger. Hey, what do you mean? A con man like Terence needs to be taught a lesson. We should act for justice, Julie declared righteously. Is that so? Dustin smiled. He knew very well what was going on in Julie's head. Her declaration of justice was bullshit. She was just peeved that she was scammed, so she wanted to get some form of compensation from Terence. Taking a different car, the three of them hurried off to Saffron Restaurant. Saffron Restaurant was a nice eatery with a good ambience, excellent service, and exquisite food, so it was only to be expected that a place like that would charge exorbitant prices. Over in a private room at Saffron Restaurant, Terence, who had dressed up flashily, was having a meal with the wrong kind of people. I've got good news for you, Terence. After having one too many drinks, a man with a rounded face said, I've heard from some official sources that the abandoned construction site will be developed as a key project. Its value is rapidly increasing now. What did you say? Key project? Terence was stunned by what he heard. You're not joking, are you, Richie? That place is trash. Why would anyone invest money in developing it? It's true. The man with the rounded face said, My father works with the relevant department, and the information has been confirmed. There's no mistaking that. Didn't you buy that plot of land where the abandoned construction is, Terence? Someone asked. That's right. I recall that too. I could not understand why Terence would buy that piece of land back then. In hindsight, I guess you already knew about it then, didn't you? You're something else, Terence. How could you predict where the developments would be? Do you have some sort of insider information? Congratulations, Terence. You've struck gold this time around. Don't forget about us when you make it big. Terence's friend flattered him and tried to court his favor. Terence, however, sat frozen where he was for a long time. Never had he dreamed that the abandoned construction site that nobody wanted anything to do with would suddenly transform into such a valuable piece of land overnight. What's wrong, Terence? Are you feeling all right? Terence's friend asked. Ha ha ha. He must be having problems coming to terms with the fact that he's going to be filthy rich. Someone jested. Richie, how much does that abandoned building cost now? Terence asked tentatively. At least $2 billion, Richie said. $2 billion? Terence felt like he'd been struck by lightning, and he blanched. Under everyone's disbelieving gaze, Terence gave himself 2 slaps on the face. I'm the greatest idiot. How could he have just sold off a plot of land worth $2 billion? Was there anyone out there more dumb than him? Just as everyone wondered what was wrong with Terence, the door of the private room was kicked open with a loud bang. Then, Florence, Victoria, and a few others barged in through the door. And they were fuming. Terence Stone, there you are. Give me back my money. Give me all the money that you've swindled off me. You swindler. Give me back my money. Florence began shouting aggressively the moment she entered. She had even gotten several stout and burly women to come along with her to back her up. Why are you here? A sudden feeling of guilt came over Terence, and his expression changed. He had not expected them to barge in while he was having a meal. How are we going to catch the swindler if we didn't come here personally? Victoria shot him a glare. That's right. How dare you enjoy dining in such a luxurious place after cheating us of our money? You're utterly shameless. Florence demanded with her hands on her hips. Who are these shrews, Terence? Should we throw them out? Terence's friends asked meanly. Terence was about to be the wealthiest one among them, so they were all dying to suck up to him. No, that won't be necessary. I know them. An idea came to Terence, and he quickly told his friends, "You guys head on back for now. I've got some personal matters to deal with. I'll buy you all a meal some other day." And with that, he urged his friends to leave the private room. "I don't give a damn about what tricks you have up your sleeves, Terence. Give me my money now." Victoria was not about to back off any time soon. "Victoria, let's sit down and talk, shall we? Don't get all worked up." With a smile on his face, he poured everyone a cup of tea. "Cut the crap, you swindler." Not wishing to waste her time on him, Victoria knocked the cup of tea over. "I don't think I follow, Victoria. When have I swindled you?" Terence pretended not to understand what she was going on about. "Oh, so you're still trying to deny what you've done?" Victoria shot daggers at him with her eyes. "You're playing the fool with us, are you? Here, I'll help jog your memory. A week ago, you swindled us into purchasing the plot of land where the abandoned building was, for a total of $100 million. Do you remember now?" Florence's piercing gaze bore into Terence. That piece of land had nearly caused her to go bankrupt, and she still had recurring nightmares about it. "You're both mistaken." Terence sighed and acted like he had been wronged. "About that piece of land, that was all because of my friend. I'm a victim just like you. I'd been cheated out of my money too." "That's rubbish. Do you think we'd buy that?" Victoria had a skeptical expression. "She's right. Why did you disappear for the past few days if you're a victim too? We couldn't find you, nor could we contact you. I'm sure that you've conspired against us together with your friend." Florence shouted. "I didn't. I really am a victim too." With the most miserable look he could manage, Terence said, "I haven't shown myself for the past few days because I was too ashamed to face you. Besides, I've been trying to locate my friend to get him to pay back the money that he ripped off of you. I've been doing that for you. You claim to be so righteous, but where's our money?" Florence demanded. She wasn't going to believe his big talk anymore. If he did not return their money, everything he said was as good as trash. "My friend has disappeared without a trace. I suspect that he has long since fled to another city." Terence sighed deeply. I knew you were going to say that." Florence smiled sardonically. "Although my friend has run off with your money, I'll take full responsibility for the money you've lost," he declared righteously with a resolute demeanor. Everyone was taken aback by his words, and they all had an astonished expression on their faces. It was beyond their expectation that he would take responsibility for the matter, as they thought that he would deny everything. "So, what you're saying is that you'll pay us our money?" Victoria asked tentatively. "Of course." Terence nodded earnestly. "I may be a victim too, but at the end of the day, all of you were implicated only because of me, so I'll pay you what you lost in full." "Well." Florence and Victoria exchanged a sheepish glance. For a moment, neither of them knew how to react.